our winter project.
Yes.
What was it?
It is a 2005 Saab 92X Aero.
Yeah, we usually refer to it as the Saabaru.
The Saabaru, because it is a Saab that was built by Subaru.
Why did we think we could do that?
We think we could do that because I rear-ended a car at Chump Car. Drove off track in our very difficult to drive Civic. When you're trying to go around a corner and you give it a little bit too much gas, trying to correct your line.
The engine would die.
The engine would die. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was driving in the back of a nice spec Miata. Guy didn't seem to care. That was nice of him.
Yeah.
But that mangled the front of the car. So at some point I went and found a also very cheap parts car Civic, and we tore the front end off that, put it on the Chump Car, called it good enough because it's a Chump Car.
Yeah, and then high on the hubris of that, we found
this car.
Yeah, a street car with front end damage,
Yeah.
and you got lucky finding a parts car at auction.
Yeah, I had essentially went and looked at the car, thinking, well, maybe we could do this. We might do an Impreza front end conversion because it's a lot easier to find Impreza parts than it is to find the Saab parts. And then the Linear came up at auction, and so I made the guy kind of a deal. Super cheap at auction because nobody knows what a Saab 92X is, apparently. So that cost me $300. Yeah.
$300, including auction fees.
For $300, including the auction fees. Borrowed
Super
a
cheap.
truck and trailer to get it back to my house. The quietest Subaru engine I've pretty much ever heard.
We feel really guilty about the parts car that we tore apart, which was the cleanest car we've ever taken apart. But it had a salvage title, and this car had a clean title, so it had to die for this one to live.
And pulled all the parts off of it.
Yeah.
And used them to rebuild the front end of this car, which had been in a rear-end accident. It had rear-ended another vehicle, and yeah, it has the EJ205 2-liter turbo. It's been modified with a VF48, so a STI from a GR model.
Yeah, STI turbo, STI intercooler, STI injectors.
I think they're aftermarket injectors.
Bigger injectors.
That, and it's a little stiff. It has aftermarket springs, sway bars, and a bunch of stiffer bushings. So it kind of makes it, you're driving over some of not the seams, but just where the road gets heaved up from truck traffic. Kind of driving across that when I'm turning, I get a little bit of a...
Yeah.
The car is pretty modified, maybe a little too modified for my uses or tastes, but my previous daily driver was stolen just as this car finished. So it was actually, I wasn't ready to not drive the other car. I wasn't ready to make this my daily driver, but I got forced into daily driver duties.
Thankfully, it was at the point in the project that it was ready for the shakedown miles.
Right. It had already been registered and driven.
Tiptoed around the block.
Yeah. I think I had a couple evening trips to hockey where I had given myself enough time to throw out an emergency call to, hey, come get me. It has an aftermarket alarm, which has been a little funky, but not terrible. I don't really know how those things work, so having it beep at me or set an alarm off on me in front of Princess Auto has been pretty fun. That's always a great place for that to happen, because nobody shady ever goes to Princess Auto for anything.
Yeah.
Shut up and sit down.